Okay, so welcome back. Let's see who's here today. Who is here today? Mariam, are you with us today? Or are you against us? Is my microphone? Yeah. Mariam, are you with us today? I don't know. Let's see who else is here. Fadi, are you with us today?
Yes, doctor. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Let's see who else is here. Maria, are you with us? Sultan. I see different names here, but I don't know who's here because we can't see anybody, of course, so we don't know. All right.
I'm Faisal.
Anyway, who is that? FAA
Hi,
06.
doctor. How are you? I'm Faisal. Faisal Al Hamadi.
Faisal. And where are you based? Are you in Dubai or Abu
Yes,
Dhabi?
yes, doctor. Now I'm in Dubai.
Hello, doctor.
Oh, you used to be in Abu Dhabi.
Yes, doctor.
All right. Well, welcome to the nice traffic in Dubai, yeah?
It's
Are you enjoying it?
yeah.
You know, today I left one institute in Knowledge Village. Oh my goodness, I think it was about 3:30. It took an hour and 20 minutes to get to Dubai. Can you
Well,
believe it?
yeah. I'm heading to Sharjah and then I'll go back to Dubai and then back to Abu Dhabi. So I'm enjoying the traffic and I'm entering.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. So sometimes when I say something like who's there or whatever, I forget that you could be driving, you could be at an air. One guy was at an airport getting on an airplane one day. It's amazing. E-learning, you see, online learning, you can be anywhere. And I forget
yeah.
that sometimes. I think you're all sitting in a room, huh?
Yeah, but no, I'm just like going to find a cafe. I'll sit inside and then I'll join from the laptop as well. It's better for me. Yeah.
But you're going to drive to Abu Dhabi today?
Yeah. Because I have some work to do also, and
Wow.
yeah,
My goodness. I think I'm getting lazy, you know that? Oh my God. That's a lot of work. Anyway, look, we won't keep you too long today again because I got some flu. I'm not 100%, so I don't have my normal energy, but I have enough.
uh,
Anyhow, the good news
Doctor,
is
mashallah,
this
we
is the
have
last.
energy us. How are you?
Who's that? Who
Mariam.
is that?
So,
Oh,
mashallah, he has
the famous.
energy. Mashallah.
Well, inshallah, yes. Because anyway, look, this is the last topic. And again, I didn't make this assignment, but somebody has made it very easy for you because look, it is so small, the word count. But the topic is interesting, so let's see. And as usual, I should open up. What time is it? 7:50. Yeah, the traffic is pretty bad now, is it? At 7:15?
uh,
Actually, it's pretty bad until
yeah,
until
this
9.
traffic. It's the rush hour.
When does it get okay? 10 p.m.? 11 p.m.?
Maybe 11.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, hopefully one day they'll cure this traffic problem. So look, let's see here. Look at this thing. Discuss how the plan. What plan? Well, the last thing you were supposed to do was a small marketing plan. Very small. I mean, my goodness. How does the strategic objectives? What are strategic objectives of an organization? Well, let's go back here again to this. This is a marketing plan. Let's see if I can make it bigger. This is a marketing plan. Analysis, planning, implementation, evaluation. So, how does a marketing plan help you achieve? I think the best way to explain this is the old-fashioned method of get the pen and paper, yeah? What do you think, Mr. Fatty? Pen and paper, yeah? The old style. Does anybody use
Really?
pen and paper anymore?
No, doctor, I don't
Or
think.
do we all use digital everything, yeah?
Exactly, yes.
But you know, some people still like paper. I was in one university in Ras Al Khaimah, and I was sitting down beside one lady, and I said, maybe you could write this down. And she had a beautiful pen and paper, something called Mont Blanc. Have you heard of that? Mont Blanc. Beautiful pen. And I said, wow, people still like these pens. She said, yep, I do. I said, oh, okay.
What was the
Anyway.
beautiful thing? The hand or the pen, doctor?
Mont Blanc. Blanc.
Lord help us. Oh, what a question. Now I wake up. Oh my God, I gotta get coffee. So, hold on. Let's get back to business. Hold on, we're going. Okay. The question in the assignment, this is the last section. We'll finish this and then we can talk about anything marketing. And if you want, I can talk to you about tech, how to use all this technology for your assignments, any subject. And being serious, if you ever go forward to do your doctorate degree, DBA or PhD, the same things work. You're at a very interesting time in education. You know that? Because again, I'll be serious. When I did a master's degree 1 million years ago, I think I only had pen and paper. I didn't even have a mobile phone. There was no mobile phone. I don't know if there was a fax machine, but right now you have access to all this technology, but some of you don't know how to use it. I can show you some of the best programs, how they can help you with research and how to structure answers and give you ideas. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Technology in education and in our lives. So we'll get this assignment done because it's not difficult. And then we'll get on to more interesting things of marketing and technology and life in general. So discuss how the plan supports strategic objectives. So look, again, you have the guide. The guide will tell you what to do. It tells you to identify some strategic objectives of an organization. Strategic objectives. Now, what's that again? So here's the pen and paper. You see this one, Fadi? Look. And that wasn't very good, was it? Pen and paper. So here's your organization. Organizations have strategic objectives. Strategic objectives. What are they? There's tactical objectives as well. Tactical objectives. There's operational objectives. That's kind of interesting stuff. So what do you think, Mariam? What's the difference between these levels in an organization? I
Yeah.
think we spoke about it before.
Yeah, we
We
spoke
said
about
it's like a
it before.
the high and the mid. These are the highest level. These are the highest level things. And these are, we said, the guy Ansoff, ANSOFF, that thing of market development, market development, product development, market penetration, diversification. Those are, let me get answer, ANSOFF. This matrix, it's interesting, ANSOFF matrix. I want the diagram. Yes, image. Yes. This is a very, very good model for this assignment. By the way, Mariam, do you know the difference between a PhD and DBA?
No.
Like, like a PhD is a doctorate, yeah? You know that. Yeah? PhD. And have you heard of DBA?
No.
DBA. Have you heard of MBA?
Yes.
So the next level that you'll go to is doctorate, can be PhD or DBA. And that's actually important. PhD versus DBA. DBA is Doctorate of Business Administration. That's what I did, DBA. And I like it better than a PhD. Why? Well, first of all, they're both the same level. They're level 8 UK. You're now doing level 7. Level 8 UK, they're both the same. They have the same value. The PhD is more academic. You have to come up with something original, some new idea, some new theory, some new model. You have to create knowledge. The DBA, you can test existing knowledge. You can test a theory and you carry out research, etc. So the advantage of the DBA, from my point of view, it's more practical and you can work in business or consultancy. PhDs tend to work more in academics. It's not always the case, but if you want some information on this, Mariam, the next day I'll show you the difference and you can go forward. If you can do an MBA, you can do a DBA.
Inshallah.
And these models, you can use this model in your DBA, even in your dissertation. This is Ansoff Matrix is not really a marketing model. It's from strategic planning, but marketing borrows it. So what's the strategy of your organization? The question was, how does marketing support the achievement of organizational objectives? What is it? Strategy. Organizational, we'll call it strategy. STRATEGY. Org strategy. It's not competitive strategy. That's different. So how can marketing help? Mariam, can you remember what this one is? Any idea?
The
Market penetration. Yeah, you can figure it out if you
Yes,
look here.
launching a new product in a market.
That would be product development, new product. See, it's new.
يعني entering a new
this
area.
one here. Well, the market penetration is just selling the same thing to the same people. Selling more of the same to the same. More of the same to the same. How do you do that? With difficulty, yeah? Maybe? Discount. 10% discount. 10% extra. Advertising, some kind of promotion, loyalty cards. Product development, that means something new. It doesn't have to be 100% new. Something better. What's the new iPhone? Does anybody know? When is that foldable? Is that been released yet? The foldable iPhone. Foldable iPhone. Is it in this country? Is it in any country? Has anybody seen this yet? Is it on the market? See, this is the new iPhone. Of course, it's behind Samsung, isn't it? Very interesting. What do you think? Anyone? Let's get an opinion. Mr. FAA, I forgot your name again. The guy going to Abu Dhabi. Would you buy this?
Say again?
Would you buy this? If this is a foldable iPhone, see?
Yeah.
Would you buy this? Would you like
the foldable one? No.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No.
No, the foldable one I'm
Why
not
not?
gonna.
Really?
Yeah.
You think you don't need it basically? No real advantage?
No, I prefer like to have maybe the mini iPad, then it's much better.
Oh, yes. What's that? Is that 10 inch, 9 inch?
This one
I
is
think I know.
the mini iPad.
Yeah, iPad mini. Yeah.
The mini iPad, yeah, minimum approximately like it's like maybe 10 inch like that, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
I
small, yeah.
got you. But anyway, but you know what, Faisal? Millions of
Yeah.
people will buy this Apple. They will love it. This will be a big success.
Well, it's
And that's
nice,
called
yeah.
product.
It's similar as the Samsung, but I don't know. Like for me, no, I prefer the mini iPad, and it's easier for me. Like better than you having the phone, and it's too big.
You know what? I was actually talking to my brother and I said something the same to him. I said, look, I just like to have a simple phone in my hand because sometimes we're driving. We shouldn't answer the phone. Sometimes we do. Sometimes I'm
Yeah,
walking. I don't want to carry something too big. I don't want to open two screens all the time.
exactly.
And if I want something like that, I can bring a small shoulder bag and put a little 9-inch, 8-inch even
Yeah,
Samsung tablet or something. But what do I know? Market development, that means selling more of the same product to different customers, like selling video games to older people. And this one is new. That would be the Apple bookshop. Can you imagine an Apple bookshop? I don't know. So, look, these are all strategies, and there are different strategies. I'm just summarizing them. There are different ways to look at this, but you can keep using this guy. He's called Ansoff because they love when you use models. This is called the Ansoff Matrix model, and it's a strategic planning model that allows companies to consider different choices of the growth of the company. So it's up at the high level here, you see. That's all these decisions. You might say, listen, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'd say, okay, the Ansoff Matrix is a strategic planning model about products and markets. What is it? Products and markets. How a company can grow by changing their products or markets or both. It's right up here at the top. It's this high level of strategy. It's a high level of planning. It comes just after the vision and mission. So you'd say, well, you still haven't answered the question. I know. This is academics, yeah? So the question was, how can marketing help support the achievement of these objectives? Well, look at your marketing plan again. What are the 4 stages? Hold on, let's see if I can. Yeah, good. Analysis, planning, implementation. There are 4 steps in a marketing plan. Each of the 4 steps can help any company achieve its strategic objectives. Look at the question. Supports strategic objectives. Strategic objectives are the long-term growth objectives of an organization, of the entire organization, through product development, market development, penetration, diversification, etc. So let's say, remember our analysis, planning, implementation, evaluation. Remember Skoda, we were talking about Skoda. So Skoda wants to grow. Of course, Skoda, Skoda wants to grow the business. So what's its strategy to grow the business? I don't know. Product development, market development. How about market development into the USA? Into the USA. Now, Skoda has never been in the USA. Faisal, do you know what Skoda is? Do you know this brand?
yes, sir. Yes, doctor. I know.
Very
Uh,
good. And you know that it's a good brand, yeah? You know that.
well, I hear that I did not try it, but one of my friend is having, and he said it's good car.
It is. And I'll tell
Yeah,
you why. All the parts are Volkswagen and Audi. It's Volkswagen, it's the Volkswagen Group. Skoda was a Czechoslovakian company and it
yes,
was taken over by Volkswagen. And all the parts, like for example, the engine is a Golf GTI engine. in the Skoda Octavia, Golf GTI engine. All the interior parts, Audi, quality. But it's like 30% cheaper because they still make it in Czechoslovakia, you know. Anyway, Skoda has never been in the USA. So that would be marked. So let's say the strategic. So what you do is you say strategic objectives or long-term objectives of an organization for its growth. Then you can say, for example, Skoda market development into the USA to grow the business. Now, the question is, how can marketing support this? What did we say? 1, 2, 3, and 4. What's the first step? Analysis, planning, implementation, and evaluation. This is doctor's writing, Faisal. You're not supposed to be able to read it, yeah?
I'm trying, but it's good.
You know, when you go
Believe
to the
me, it's
doctor and he
similar
gives
to the pilots as well. It's similar to the pilot handwriting.
Okay. You know, sometimes I used to look at the pharmacist and I said to him, how can you read that? Is that even English? Or is that some kind of Chinese or something? He said, I got used to it. Anyway, analysis, planning, implementation. So, look, to answer the question for your assignment, you could take any two of these because you won't have enough word count. 2 or 3 maximum. You can't take them all because you've only got a couple of hundred words. And you would say, in order to successfully achieve market entry of Skoda into the United States of America as a strategic objective, marketing provides an analysis of the current situation. Mariam, this is for you. Remember, what's it called? SW? What's the model? The current situation. SW?
OT.
Beautiful. SWOT analysis. Beautiful, beautiful. This tells us our current position in the market. What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? And the opportunities and threats in America. In other words, are we in a favorable position to enter the market? Because here, you know what? Skoda has not entered the American market. They have decided that they're not in that situation. But that's not your problem. For this assignment, you don't care. Nothing to do with you. You just say that an analysis of the current situation in terms of SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, and threats, will determine the level of favorableness, American spelling, because it's easier. Is it positive? Is it medium? Or is it, what's this? That should be 0. Positive, 0, or negative. In other words, is it worth entering the market? Marketing will carry out the research and tell you the level of competition, the political, economic, social, technological, environmental factors, all this stuff about the stakeholders, and compare it to your own strengths and weaknesses. One of the big strengths that Skoda would have, of course, is the dealerships, because Volkswagen is in America. And by the way, Volkswagen is the number 2 car manufacturer in the world. Who's number 1? Come on, who's number 1? Who's the biggest car manufacturer in the world? Biggest car company in the world? Check your Google.
I think Mercedes.
No, sir. No, sir. The number 1 car manufacturer means who manufactures the most cars. Last year, they manufactured about 12 million cars. Very popular here in Dubai with the taxis. Dubai taxis are mostly what?
Hyundai.
Toyota. Yes. Toyota's number 1. Volkswagen is number 2. So look, you can just say that analysis is the first step to determine if the market is worth entering. Number 2, planning. This is, how would we say that? Planning. It would help Skoda plan how to enter the market in terms of STP. Segmenting the market means looking at all the customers, young people, old people, luxury buyers, practical buyers. Why do people buy? Deciding on who to focus on. People looking for value, people looking for quality, maybe both, and positioning it. Should it be a premium product? I don't think so. You see, this is where they'll have a problem. Skoda will have a problem here. This is their marketing strategy. This is called the marketing strategy. Would it be mass marketing or niche marketing or some kind of mixed marketing? Differentiated means mixed. It would be differentiated. Do you think Skoda could enter the USA as a niche brand? Niche would mean something like Rolls-Royce. I don't think so. It won't work. The only one who can do that now, and they are doing that, is the Century. Mr. Faisal, I want your opinion on this. This is a Toyota. Believe it, this is a Toyota. Have you seen this?
No. This one, no. I haven't still.
Yeah. You're going to see it soon. And that's an older one. I can get the new model somewhere.
This is the Crown, I guess. Yeah.
Wow. You want to see this? No, I haven't seen this. Look at this. This is a Toyota. It's called the Toyota Century. A masterclass in luxury design. The Toyota Century. This is the new Toyota super brand. This is called Premium Niche. Premium Super Brand Niche. And you know what? I think it's going to be a big success. Why? Well, it looks great. And number two, it's a Toyota. What does that mean? What does Toyota mean to you? What's the number one thing about Toyota? What do we like about Toyota?
Cheap spare parts.
Exactly. Cheap. Reliability. Cheap spare parts, easy to fix. And the funny thing is, you don't really need many spare parts for them anyway. I have seen Toyotas do 300,000, 400,000 miles, kilometers, whatever, a million. They're incredible. You will see this soon in this country. And this is maybe this will look, you see, this is the competitor to Rolls-Royce now. New Toyota Century is Japan's challenge to Rolls-Royce and Bentley. Are you surprised, Mariam? You're surprised, no? That's
Yes.
Toyota. You've never seen it, no? Maybe you drive it. You have a Toyota?
Myself, no.
Yeah, but everybody knows somebody with the Toyota, yeah? Now look, this is the new brand. Hold on.
Of the century began in 1967, and the model received.
Now, 1967, that's when the brand began. It was only available in Japan. It was never for export, and it was only for Japanese royalty, CEOs of company, celebrities, movie stars, sports stars. No normal person would buy these. They were expensive, and they had the best functions and features. And the funny thing is, Mariam, you can buy one in Dubai now, one of the old ones. Did you know that? If you want to get yourself a Century, let me show you. You want to get yourself a... Yep, there's one for sale in Ras Al Khor, How much? 60,000 euro. That's expensive. That's not a good price. It should be half that price. And you can buy that right-hand drive. Can you drive that in Dubai? You can, can't you? Classic, as a classic. Japanese spec. So it's an old brand, but now it's a new brand. So that's new to, that's called new to the market. It's not a new product, but it's new to the market. So anyway, look, Skoda cannot do that because Skoda doesn't have any brand name in America. It doesn't have any established brand name. And Skoda doesn't mean anything to Americans. So I think they'd have to come in. It's called not a niche strategy, not really a mass marketing strategy. They should associate with Volkswagen, emphasize the quality of their brand and affordability. It's just a mixed strategy. I think they could do okay, but it would take time. So that's the planning, figuring out the marketing strategy. What's the marketing strategy? Implementation. Mariam, what were the P's again? How many P's?
4
Was it
P's.
4, 5, 6?
4.
Product, price, place, promotion. We need the 4 P's. You need the right product at the right price, in the right place, and the right promotion. The right product? Yes, Skoda. They have products ready for launching in America. Probably the SUVs and some of the sporty models. They have some nice turbo models. Pricing. They would have to be affordable. They would have to be cheaper than some of the competitors. Place, that's distribution. Distribution, not a problem. They can distribute through the Volkswagen dealerships. And promotion, advertising, sales promotion, online, offline, use some celebrities and build up the image. And evaluation is just, this is to check and see how did you perform. In other words, marketing helps you to measure your success. So if you want an organization to achieve its objectives, corporate objectives, marketing is very useful. Why? In fact, you know what, Mariam? I should take a screenshot of this, should I? And maybe copy and paste it, huh? It's not bad. Except the 2, 3, that's confusing. Let's take that out. And we'll say that this is task 3A. I'll take a screenshot and paste it into your WhatsApp. How about that? Isn't that modern technology? We can copy, and then we can find your, where is your WhatsApp? And where is our group? I'm getting lost in WhatsApp these days. Is it Mark Strategic? MA. No, this one, that's 25. Is that the one? Or is that last year's one? STRATE. I don't. 2025. Is that your group? Or is it this? I'm going to put it in here. You can see if you get it. If you don't, I'm going to keep this on the desktop anyway. And I'll get it to you after. Because this is just a nice, quick way to remember.
Doctor,
What
I
am I
sent you
supposed to do
hi
for-
on the WhatsApp.
Ah, that's a good idea, you see. Ah, look at that. That is smart. Perfect. Beautiful. See, it looks kind of a mess, but it's not really. It's okay. So look, that's how a marketing plan in the 4 steps can support the strategic objectives of an organization by analyzing whether or not it's worthwhile to bring in the new product or into the new market, by trying to plan the right strategy. Who do we focus on? Who are our customers and why? What's our position? Are we a premium product? Are we a mass market product? What are the 4Ps? And controls means marketing is the function that can tell how successful your company was in its organizational strategy. So, Mariam, is that difficult, this one? Tell me.
No. For me, doctor,
Tell me it's
for
easy.
me only. Ask the others.
Tell me
It's easy.
Yeah, I think it is. Again, what's he asking? He wants you to just say what are strategic objectives, the long-term objectives of an organization for its growth. For example, ANSOF, the 4 objectives. Then you'd say, for example, Skoda wants to enter the US market. That is a market development strategy, and marketing can support this strategy through its various steps of analysis, planning, implementation, and evaluation. Analysis to find out whether it's worthwhile to enter the market by analyzing strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Planning to determine the best way to enter the market by analyzing the different segments, focusing on certain target segments, and developing your correct positioning to compete in the market. Number 3, implementation, developing the right marketing mix, product, price, place, and promotion so as to create the most value for the target segment in the market. And the last step, evaluation, determining the success of the plan through what? Through profit, through sales, through market share, through image, through reputation, through attitudes and perceptions and feedback on social media to determine was the strategy successful. That's it, Mariam. I can't make it any easier. I don't know how. I don't think it's possible, yeah? Or necessary. What do you think, Faisal? Does that make any sense?
Yes, doctor. It makes.
Yeah. It's okay when you're driving a car. It's okay if you, yeah, you know. But when you look at it later, you'll see it's very, very simple. Okay. Develop an approach to gain agreement for the marketing plan that will change as a message which is to change. Oh, so agreement for a marketing plan. Develop an approach. Okay. Agreement to the marketing plan. Now, Mariam, that's interesting because the question would be a marketing plan needs agreement for. Why does a marketing plan need agreement? Who needs to agree with it? It's a good question, yeah? It says develop an approach. An approach is a model. And if you look in the slides, we have all these models. There's loads of models you can choose. Choose any one of these. Not this, all that. To gain agreement. Look at all these different models. Any one of these models, you can use them to gain agreement. But before we look at the model, you might say, wait a minute, I don't get it. Why does a marketing plan need agreement? Isn't it just a plan? What do you think, Mariam? Is that a crazy question? Agreement for a marketing plan. What is it? Agreement for marketing plan.
Doctor, that means once the marketing plan agreed, okay, it will be officially agreed so that they can fulfill it or work accordingly. Is this what meant by?
Well, it is, but I'm asking you an interesting question. You work in well, it doesn't matter where you work. It's just this is theory, this is practice, it doesn't matter. But you know what? Let me show you this way. I'm going to show you. This is very interesting now. This is one of the more interesting questions. This is reality. This is more like reality. In any company, you have this. What's this? The chief
Executive officer.
Okay. Then you have departments: production, personnel, finance, marketing,
Marketing.
IT, research and development, all these amazing departments. And then we have, you know, if this was a HR lecturer, the HR guy would kill me and say, "Oh my God, you put employees down at the bottom, they're up at the top." I'd say, "Oh, I forgot." Anyway, look, this is just an old-fashioned diagram, and it works. Now, Mariam, have you heard of it? Have you heard of something called a business plan? You
Yes,
have.
yes, doctor, of course.
Maybe, maybe one day you'll start your own business. Because you know something? One guy told me, "No, I'll never start my own business. I have no interest in business." I said, "Listen, my friend, you are in the business of life. You are a businessman or a businesswoman or a business person. You have no choice. You have to manage your money. You have to create revenue, spend revenue, manage your family, manage friends, buy cars, buy property, sell property. You are in business. You just don't know it." So, business plan is something that we're all kind of interested in. And maybe with new technology where you can start a business from home online, it's getting more exciting, isn't it? You can do all kinds of things. For example, one of my friends told me, "Listen, send me your photo." I said, "Why?" "And record your voice, just 2 minutes of your voice." And I said, "Come on, why?" He said, "Because if you want to make a lecture, give me the script and I'll make an avatar and I'll create your voice by AI and record it and upload it for you." I said, "Whoa, we'll do that next week." All right, look at this. What is a business plan? A business plan is a plan for the entire company. It is a production plan. It's a personnel plan. It's a finance plan. It's a marketing plan, IT plan, R&D plan. When you add these together, plus, 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 what do you get, Mariam? What do you get? Look, what do you get?
The
You
business.
get, yes. So a business plan is complex because it's a plan for all the sections of a business. These are called the functions or the departments. Call them departments, sections, it doesn't matter. Now, the thing is, you see, now let's get into it. Now let's have some fun. You see, some people will do an MBA in marketing, some do an MBA in finance, some do an MBA or a DBA in IT or whatever. And a lot of them think that their department is the most important, you know? Like Mariam, finance will say, "Finance is the most important because without finance, there is no business." What do you think? Do you agree?
Doctor, it's a cross-functional.
Oh, cross-functional. Wow, those are big words today for Tuesday. That's a big word for Tuesday. It's a good big word. It's cross-functional. But finance will say, "Listen, we're the most important. We provide the finance to fund this business." Personnel will say, "Without the right people, you can't run the business." Production, without the right machines and warehouses, you can't do it. Without the IT and research. Cross-functional means, yes, they all have to work together. But some of them think they're more important than others, and especially marketing. Marketing says we're the only function that can create and keep a customer. Without a customer, there is no business. There's no need for finance without customers. So in some ways, marketing has some argument. I'm not saying yes or no. But if you can't market your products, then you can't exist. There's no need for production or anyway, look, that's another day. What was the question? Agreement for the marketing plan. Well, the plan requires fulus, Mariam. Do you know what fulus means?
Of course.
Resources, yeah? Resources and money and people and time and everything. So you see, that marketing plan could be very expensive. For example, promotion. Some companies spend millions on advertising. Do you remember the famous? Hold on, let me get it for you, because sometimes I think you don't believe my jokes, but I will prove it to you. This guy was very clever. He says, half my budget is wasted on advertising. The question is, which half? Half the money I spend on advertising is, but I don't know which half. Who actually said this? John Wanamaker, 1838 to 1922. He said, half my money is wasted on advertising. The problem is I don't know which half. Mariam, that's clever, yeah? Half of our money is wasted on advertising, but we don't know which half. That's funny, but it's actually very wise. Half the money I spend on advertising is wasted. The trouble is I don't know. You know, of course, that was way back in the 1920s. You might argue that today with digital marketing, we're able to track it better, and that would be true. But still, why do we need? Oh, wow. We have, hold on. Let's just I think we've got that. Okay. So we need agreement from the different departments. Why? Because different departments, sometimes departments are like this, Mariam. You said cross-functional. They should be, but sometimes they're not. They like to keep their own people, their own resources, their own budgets, their own power. So marketing is looking for $1 million, yeah? But production disagrees and says, we don't want you to spend $1 million because we don't have the capacity if it's successful. We don't agree with this strategy. Our marketing says we want a premium product. We want a premium product. But production says we can't do it. We haven't got the technology. We haven't got the capability. Marketing says we want to launch a DBA online. We want the best online program in the Middle East. But IT says, hey, we don't even have an LMS, a learning management system. We can't launch this. We're not ready. Finance, you want to launch 1 million in advertising. We think this is not a good use of the company's money. So what we're saying is it's the different departments and the CEO and even employees, all the internal stakeholders. You could even argue, my goodness, it's not for this course, but it could be argued that you could even go to external stakeholders. Like what? You don't need this. You don't need this. But you guys are very interested in this stuff, so let's tell you. For your marketing plan to succeed, do you think you need the support of your suppliers? The support of your distributors? Yes, you might. You might need new suppliers. You might need suppliers to be able to guarantee more supply. What do we call these guys? The different stakeholders. But that's not required. What I'm trying to say is a marketing plan is not agreed to quickly and easily. And I'll tell you what, we're supposed to take a break. Mariam, you're supposed to tell me every hour you have to take a break. It's educational, okay? It's It's for your mental well-being. So we'll take 10, come back, then we'll take this idea and we'll explain it in a model. And you're almost done with that one.
Okay.
So let's get our thing up here again. And this will give us time to get some coffee, get some more energy, and keep moving. So let's give you a reasonable break and then we'll come back fresh, okay? We'll give you that'll be fine, yeah?
Inshallah.
See you in a couple of minutes. And okay. All right. Okay, back again. So let me get this organized here. Let's get organized. Right, so what we were looking at was this. You can see the question. Look, see, here's the question. Develop an approach to gain agreement for the marketing plan. Okay. An approach to gain agreement for the marketing plan. Why do we need agreement? Because there can be disagreement between the different departments, between management and the departments, between the departments and employees, between marketing, the departments, management and employees. Disagreement over what? It could be the objectives of the plan. It could be the marketing strategy. It could be any of the 4 Ps. For example, the price. What if marketing wants to charge a low price? Again, you might have production saying, well, if you charge a low price, then we'll sell more, but we don't have the capacity to produce that much more. We can only produce 10% more. You might need 20% more. You're going to put us under pressure and we don't have the stock. What if it's a new product? You might have a problem from research and development. They might say, product's not ready. The product has not been tested enough. We disagree. Senior management might not like the direction of the plan. They might not like the overall strategy. So this is why you might have disagreement between the departments, between the functions, management, employees. That's internal agreement. It didn't mention internal or external. You're lucky. The question doesn't really need you to go outside and say, what about stakeholders? No need. So there are models you can use. My advice to you is, you've only got a couple of 100 words. Choose a simple model, one that doesn't have too many steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. 6, 5, 6, 6 is that 60 words per section. So the introduction, you'll see in the assignment guide anyway. I'll go back over all this stuff next week again, don't worry. I'll go through the assignment guide, the questions in the guide, and then technology. But basically, you'd start off by saying that marketing needs to get agreement from management, the other departments or functions, and the employees for a plan to be supported and successful. And you would say a useful model to get that support is the ADKAR model, which starts off with step 1, creating awareness. What does that mean? Aware of why you need to change. This is just like information, education, information, making the other departments aware that we are thinking of entering America, we are thinking of a new product, we are thinking of a new strategy. Desire. Aligning the benefits of the plan with the stakeholders' goal. In other words, this is kind of clever, this is political. This is convincing the other departments that this plan is in everyone's benefit. It will help them, it will help the company, it'll bring more profit, it can help build up the departments. Knowledge. More workshops. This is just more ongoing information about the plan in detail so that you can discuss the details, the analysis, the planning, the implementation, evaluation, the different sections. Ability. Ensuring that all departments have what they need. Yes, well, that is what we said. That marketing cannot really have a plan for a whole new product if we don't have the technology. You have to be realistic. So, Mariam, that's your cross-functional cooperation. That's a good one. That's what this ability is. We need cross-functional cooperation so that each department can play its part adequately. reinforcement. That's the motivation. That's the thing of making agreements, agreeing on deadlines, giving some feedback, maybe making some final adjustments. This is the ADCAR. That's one model. Some of these they're almost the same. Jobbers, ladder of support. Again, creating the awareness, the understanding of the plan. What does it hope to achieve? Trying to get acceptance for the plan and approval and commitment. Look, I put in all these models. You can just choose any one that you like. They're all good. Except this one. No, this one's okay. Yeah, they're all okay. And this was some sample. Okay, moving on then to the last section. Critically evaluate and review measures for the agreed plan. I wonder, what do they mean by that? What does that mean? Review measures for the plan. What's he talking about? Okay. The plan had analysis. What was that? SWOT, yeah? Planning. Segment target position. Marketing strategy. Implementation, which is the 4 Ps, marketing tactics. And now we're down here, evaluation. This is where we are now. So he's saying, what was the question? Review measures for the agreed plan. This evaluation is the review. It's the review of the performance of the marketing plan. How do you evaluate a marketing plan? Well, I'll tell you first, and then I'll show you the answer. How do you know if you've achieved your objectives? Well, you might say it depends on what your objectives are. Basically, these marketing plans, they look at quantitative and
Qualitative.
Quantitative and qualitative and quantitative factors. And again, keep it very simple. Your assignment doesn't require any long, complicated answers. You haven't got the word count. You're not allowed to write that much. They basically want, I think you can go 10% over. I don't know for your course exactly. You need to check, but anyway, keep it simple. How would we determine the effectiveness of a marketing plan quantitatively? We could look at
The revenues, doctor, or if I have any PI or KPI.
Wow. You said revenues, yeah? Revenues. Sales and revenue is the same thing, basically. Sales revenue is income. The word income. And how do we calculate income? Price by the amount sold. So sales revenue, the quantity. Yeah, I like that. Sales. What is this one? Profit. Profits in the different markets. Sales and profit. Mariam, what's the difference between sales and profit, revenue and profit? Revenue be profit. Are they the same or different? Not the same, yeah? Profit is equal to revenue minus cost. Revenue minus cost. Revenue is just income. Income minus expenses is the profit. All right, profitability, sales, something else. What about this one? Market share. Market share. There's 3 simple quantitative. What about 3 simple qualitative? And by the way, Mariam, that's all you need. Please don't think you have to write any more. You don't. You really don't. But I have a model for this anyway. You don't even have to think if you don't want to. I'll show you the model. I have one from Kotler, but I'm just showing you for your own interest. Maybe one day you'll make your own marketing plan. So it's good to know this stuff without looking at PowerPoints and without looking at notes and all that stuff. Just from your own memory, without GPT. Maybe that's the new phrase today. I said without notes. Who takes notes anymore? Without GPT, yeah? So, qualitative would be something like the company.
Customer survey. Reputation.
Yeah, but repu.
Doctor, when I said customer survey, that means customer satisfaction.
Customer satisfaction. Wow. That's very good, isn't it? Image, reputation, satisfaction. What about this one?
Loyalty.
Now, what if someone said to you, but hey, I can measure satisfaction, I can measure loyalty, it's not qualitative. You can. There's all kinds of things you can do today with technology. You can measure loyalty by the number of customers who tend to repeat purchase. But loyalty, is it really something you can measure, or is it an emotion? It's more emotional than measurable. Satisfaction. It's very personal, it's very subjective, it's very much your idea. And image and reputation, these things, qualitative just means difficult to measure. They're more about opinions. So look, that's a simple little way to measure the success of a marketing plan. And of course, you measure everything against your objectives. What was your objective? So let me show you now to finish your course. Look, this is the end of task 3. This is the last question. Here we go. This is a model, Philip Kotler, 4 types of marketing control. So of course you can do this. Mariam, when I wrote these slides and notes, yeah, it was before AI. Can you believe it? You can, yeah? It was before artificial intelligence. Actually, speaking of artificial intelligence, let's see how good it is. Let me see if it recognizes this model. Come on. Let's see. Philip Kotler's, yeah, you see, look. And he's writing it out in a nice little way. 4 ways to measure the success of your marketing plan. Annual plan control focuses on short-term performance, achieving its annual marketing plan, sales, market share, etc. Profitability control, efficiency control, the efficiency of advertising, sales promotion, strategic control, long-term measures, whether the overall marketing plan is achieving its long-term goals. So you see, Mariam, this is the model you can use. What's it called? Kotler, Philip Kotler. He's a very famous marketing guy. He has 4 controls, and you've only got a short word count, so you can just source. I forgot that I had a source. This is useful. Can we open this? Open link. Here we go. Yep, marketing control. There it is. There's the Kotler model, Philip Kotler, annual profitability, efficiency, strategic control. So this is too detailed, Mariam. Look, this is the big model. Look at it. Wow, you can't. This is a dissertation. So don't even bother opening the link. You can use GPT today to help you summarize the plan, the controls in a simple way. And you could just, if I was you, I would do this, and then I would say, make the answer in 300 words, include examples, and that's it. Include examples. This will get you a better answer. See, for example, a company planned to increase market share by 5%, but they only achieved 2%. Very nice. Marion, do you know how to use this GPT for these questions, yeah? Or do you want me to go through this next week? I'll show you how to get GPT to create answers for you and how to be careful and not get in trouble for AI. Do you have GPT?
Yes.
Strategic control long term. Yeah. So you just need to be careful. You have to take control of it because some of the answers are not that good. For this one, it's quite good. And you see, annual plan control, that's looking at things like the sales, types of control, profitability, efficiency in selling, advertising, promotion, and the long-term control, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative and sales, profit, return on investment. Loyalty under quantitative. You could, but I think it's more qualitative. Awareness, credibility, trust, support. Oh yeah, this is something, bringing it up to date. You see, a lot of the stuff you do is kind of old-fashioned marketing stuff. This is the new fashion marketing. It's called digital dashboards, digital marketing dashboards. This is what most of the companies use now, especially for your first digital marketing dashboard. Let's look at all the things they can measure. Metrics, they're called. They have hundreds of these metrics, thousands maybe. And they have these in real time. They come up on the computer screen. Google Analytics. Has anybody used that? Google Analytics, you see? It'll tell you the traffic to your website, campaign conversions, page views, likes, dislikes, custom Google Analytics. That's what that looks like. Web users, who's using your website? Where do they come from? How long do they stay? What do they look at? This stuff is, this is a subject, Mariam, this is a subject. It's called digital marketing. What we're doing is strategic marketing. This is part of strategic marketing. It could be classified as the metrics. It is classified as the metrics. It is a big, big new area, cost per action. There's no limit to what they can measure, yeah? Marketing, digital marketing metrics. And I think it's being used more and more today. I thought I had a video. No video. Okay. But I wouldn't bother in your assignment. Yours is not digital marketing. It's just regular marketing, strategic marketing. You could mention them, but there's no need to go into this because you don't have the word count. Just stick to this Kotler model. This is more than enough to get you a good grade, or just talk about quantitative, qualitative. If you want to say, increasingly, companies today are using digital dashboards to measure metrics for real-time performance. Real-time performance. You certainly could mention that. So, Mariam, we are now at the end. Oh, I have a video. Why did I think? See, I think I'm beginning to forget things. Open link. Let's see. Let's see what's in here.
And we've created a great starting point in the key marketing metrics dashboard. The tool itself has been built in Excel, and if we go into the data input tab, we provided you with some good examples here of marketing program metrics. And basically, all you have to do is populate the data input tab with your metrics, and you'll be able to see some visuals of the results. So we have spaces provided here for marketing program metrics, customer program metrics, lead generation metrics, social media metrics, and website metrics. Once you've entered your data in the cells provided, click on the marketing tab and you'll see a visual representation of your data that can be used to communicate the results of your campaigns with the rest of your team. So we have tabs at the bottom here for marketing, customer, lead gen, social media, and website. So this is a great starting point if you're looking to put together a marketing dashboard. We hope you enjoy it.
Good, a short video. And he mentioned something interesting, social media metrics. This is huge business. There are so many companies, and this is their focus, is to produce, look at all the data about social media. What's trending? Look at this, Facebook, Twitter, what's that one? Instagram, yeah? It's given all the performance metrics, and you can customize all these things, social media performance dashboard, KPI, metrics for social media, engagement rates. What's that, Mariam? What's that mean? Something about how much people like your content and return. Click-through rate, how compelling your message is. The percentage of people who saw your post and clicked on the call to action. Wow. You're being tracked by Big Brother, yeah? Big data. But look, that's a whole other topic. I'm not going to go into, I don't want to distract you. Some people, you might be interested in digital marketing. It's a great area moving forward. It's not going away. But for your course here, for this MBA, it's strategic marketing. And Mariam, you have now completed all your questions. What do you think?
Inshallah, easy.
Inshallah, easy. Yes, well, what we'll do is I'll just go back over these three again. Then we'll talk, I think I'll talk a bit about EdTech, how we can use some of these technologies. I won't keep you too long tonight because I have a flu and I'm going to have to go to the old doctor, not tonight, but tomorrow for sure, and get some tablets, you know. I think a lot of people are sick these days, are they? I think so. A lot of people getting sick. Discuss how the plan. So, this one again. Oh no, you know what I'll do? Because you're going to get bored. Let me open up the, yeah. Let me open up the assignment guide and show you how to use this. Go in here. Go in here. Come down to task number 3, 3.2, 3.1. You see? 3.1. This is what we did today. So, this is your assignment. Discuss how the plan supports strategic objectives. Define strategic and reference. Yeah, here's a good question, Mariam. Where do you get references? I'm just asking you, just curious. Where do you get references? Because you guys don't use textbooks. You don't have journals. You don't have an online library, as far as I know. Do you? I don't think so.
Usually I'm using.
Which one? Oh, Google Scholar, yeah?
Yes.
Right. Have you used GPT for references?
Honestly, no, I cannot trust.
You're a very wise person, you know that? But it's not a total disaster because I spend a lot of time at this, right? Again, next week, Tuesday, I'll go through this one by one. I'll give you all the best technology that I know that I use. You are correct. don't trust GPT for references. Why? Because a lot of the time they're wrong. Sometimes they're fake. They're just not even real. And sometimes they're correct. But there are better ones like this. This is one scholar reference link retriever. Because Mariam, look what this does. Retrieves references from Google Scholar. So for example, define and reference. What was the first question here? Strategic objectives, was it? Oh yeah, strategic objectives. STRATE, strategic of a company. Strategic objectives of a company with a good quality reference. Good quality
And
reference
recent, doctor.
from
And recent.
recent, yeah, exactly, because it will give you old references. Okay, let's see. Because this will save you time. This one is better, but it's not perfect. It's about 90% okay. The definition is fine. What the hell? Answer in paragraph only, and I want Harvard style references. Okay, now Mariam, I say reduce. See, it's all me being too lazy. Reduce the definition to 25 words and reference again. I only need 25 words. That's too many words here. No. I want to put in text and end of text reference. In text means in the text. Hopefully it'll get it right this time. Yes. Yep. Now, Miriam, what do you think? Do you think this will be correct? I know this is very good reference, Johnson, Scholes, and Whittington. These guys are strategic business strategy, but that's fine. But let's see if it's the correct link. So we're looking for Johnson, Scholes. Welcome to Exploring Strategy. This is where you go, isn't it, to make sure? Exploring Strategy. I think it's basically correct. Google Scholar. It's because, so this one is better because this is linked to Google Scholar. So it's not taking the references. Hold on, I'll find it for you again. This one. Maybe I'll put this into your WhatsApp. I find this to be pretty reliable. Hold on, what's going on here? This one, Scholar reference link. This one here. It's just that it can save a lot of time. This one here. There we go. So that's how you can get references. See, it's linking to Google Scholar. Right. Identify city of your market. So that would be something like Skoda entering the USA market, analysis, planning, implementation, evaluation. And he's gone through each of the steps here, and there's a sample answer. And that's That's as much as you need. Harvard-style references. Develop an approach. Oh, yes. This is for the agreement of the plan. So I wonder what model were used. Let's see what model was used here. What was the model? ADCAR. People seem to like this the most. Desire, knowledge, ability, reinforcement. Measures for the agreed plan, Kotler. The Kotler measures annual efficiency, strategic, and you see here they are. Did I put this in yellow? I can't even remember. Did I? I don't know how to remove it. Annual plan control, profitability, efficiency, and strategic control. And now again, I didn't write this. This is why I ignored this. I don't think there's a need for this. I don't see why. But that's between you and admin. You can ask them. This, I didn't do this either. I have no idea who did that. All I look at is the learning outcomes and the answers you need for those outcomes. So that brings you to the end of all the things you need to do to finish this assignment. Have you started, Mariam? Never mind, finish. Have you started work on this?
Almost.
Dr.
Almost
we have
means
lots of additional work at work.
more work at work.
Yes, doctor. Overloaded.
Well, that's why you need to work smart today. Smart work, not harder work. And being serious, yes, you can do this. This is not unethical. A lot of people don't understand. One student in an institute where I work said, "Oh, we're not allowed to use AI. It is banned. It is haram in this institute." I said, "Who told you that?" "Oh, that's what one of the professors said."
No, doctor, it's not
Huh?
like this. يعني I'm working in a government organization. Even I cannot use it, not because it's banned. I feel guilty, doctor. I feel guilty if I will paste any information. I cannot. I feel it's my own company, honestly. So I cannot.
Wow. Wow. So this is ethical use of AI. This is your ethics. This is your. Let me tell you something. I saw a syllabus for a degree, a European degree, and the entire syllabus was created by AI. No professor wrote anything in the syllabus. How do I know? Because I checked it with the software. So it is a very strange area. But look, you can use AI to help plan your answer, you know? If you copy and paste this into GPT and give it the sample answer, it'll create an answer for you. And what you do then is you just put it in your own words. There are different ways to do that. But I like your idea. You don't want the robots to take over, do you? It seems. You think humans should still be in control, yeah? This was something, look, because we're finished the syllabus thing here. This is something that I put together for a conference, and it was, Mariam, this topic that you're talking about. AI, is it the teacher or technology? What's the most important thing today? Is it you in the government, or is it the technology in the government? It's a good question, yeah? And of course, it's not moving. See, there's technology. Now it doesn't work. As soon as I open it up, it doesn't work. Look. That's how good technology is. But anyway, when do you have to submit this assignment? I think you have one month, is it? You have time anyway. But look, this is just something interesting for you guys to finish off the night because it's getting kind of late now. You know this one, the driverless taxis in California. No driver, all self-driving taxi. Look, Wow. Why does it do this? Not responding. What the hell? Oh, I just wanted to show you something. It's kind of interesting. Okay. Technology in education. Mariam, what do you think? Do you think we should have more technology or less technology? Less teachers, more technology. Do you remember this, anybody? What's this? Does anyone remember this thing?
It's a board in the classroom.
Do
You
you
remind
remember
me. Yeah.
And do you remember this thing? This tablet, chalk and this thing. Those were the good old days, yeah? Were they the good old days or the bad old days? I don't know.
It's a lovely days.
The good old... Okay. These were the simple days anyway. Then everybody was focused on books. Then, do you remember, does anyone remember this thing? What did they call this?
Projector.
This machine.
Projector.
Yes.
It's an
Yes, sir.
old-fashioned.
Projector. It's an old-fashioned. And I remember my uncle, he was an accounting lecturer. And at night time, he'd be so busy making they were made of plastic, a kind of a plastic thing with a marker. You had to make the notes. There was no PowerPoint. This was PowerPoint. E-learning. E-learning. AI, artificial intelligence, robots. You know, they did try robots in classrooms. They did, by the way. Look at this in South Korea in 2010. Let's make this big. Mariam, I want your opinion on this. Come on. I want your sense of humor. Look at this robot. Do you like it or do you think it's a bit strange? Look.
For me,
Can you see
strange,
that?
of course.
Look, it's plastic and this is the picture of the teacher. I think it's just a black and white photograph, you know, which is so weird. But in 2010, you can see that these Korean kids, they were really amazed by this thing. This robot was actually controlled by a teacher in the Philippines. In the Philippines, not Korea. Remote control, see? Controlled by teachers of English in the Philippines. Why? Basically, I'll be straight up with you, it was less than half the price of a Korean teacher. So they put these robots into the classrooms. They had a Filipino teacher teaching English through this robot. Cameras could detect the Filipino teacher's facial expressions and reflect them on this image here. Wow. That was in 2010. Look at this one. Pepper. Where was this? Japan in 2014. Testing him out in the classroom here. Basic English. Programming, something like that. Did you know, Mariam, that in China, it's compulsory to teach AI in school? You have to teach
Doctor,
AI.
here even in the schools, and now they start with the blockchain and stock market and
Wow,
crypto.
I didn't know that.
Yes, Doctor, AI since
Really?
2 years they started. It's obligatory to take it.
Wow. Now I will remember that today. Thank you for that because I did not know. Nobody told me. Let me close some of these programs. Maybe there's just I have too many programs open, maybe. And you know, have you heard of these schools called GEMS schools? GEMS, GEMS?
Yes.
In Dubai. One of them has a robot in the classroom. It's not every day and it's not all classes. It's just some classes. And kids like this kind of thing. It's good for variety, but the robots are not good enough to use to replace a human yet. They can't. Why not? Because they basically don't understand. Look at this today. Why is it gone? Today's a bad day, huh? In process. You know what I'm going to do? When you get in trouble with computers, go to this one, Task Manager. Let's get this. I think I've got it. Okay, we'll try one more time. So in China, they're using these little robots. And for the older kids, they have a more complex robot. It doesn't want to open today, does it? I don't know. You know what? I'm thinking it's Zoom, that Zoom slows down the process sometimes. I don't know. Look, so see, for the older kids, they have this more human-like robot, see? Compulsory. There's a school, Mariam, this is a bit off the topic because we finished the assignment, okay? And next week, I'll go back over the 3 tasks again. It'll take me about 40 minutes. I'll go back over the 3 tasks, and the rest of the time, I'll show you all these GPTs and different things to help you get your assignments done quickly and ethically. Mariam, this school is 100% AI. There are no teachers. Are you shocked? No teachers. There are people there, supervisors, but they're not qualified teachers. They're just there to supervise the process. It's called Alpha Schools. It's in America, as usual, good old America, for innovation and profitability. These are for profit schools. Alpha Schools USA. Alpha School. The AI-powered school. Hold on. Maybe it will open up.
There's a high school in Austin, Texas, where AI reigns supreme. So you've been learning from AI, yeah, and now you're building your own AI? Yes. Textbooks are so last century.
Let us embrace AI and the new way of learning.
That is the premise of this radical approach to education at Alpha Schools. Here, not only is the teaching of core subjects left entirely to AI, I'm Elle, your personal dating coach. Even passion projects about young love are infused with artificial intelligence. I have an app. Okay. Answers any question about teen dating. I want to ask my crush out to prom in front of all of her friends. Is that a good idea? It really depends on her personality. So you've created a data set using like ChatGPT and your own TikTok? And my TikTok. Combining the two to create this app. The AI programs they use to teach core curriculum are so personalized they even police procrastination. It'll track my screen and it'll say, oh, hey, she's not focused on her lessons right now. So the app is a textbook, a teacher, a quiz, and like kind of like a video game. Exactly. Yeah. As for supervision, adults in the classroom are called guides, not teachers, and are supposed to focus only on motivating students, and previous teaching experience is not required. Maybe I'm wondering how to reach out to manufacturers, things that kids maybe aren't able to perfectly do. We still have an adult that's there to mentor us and to guide us. Are you comfortable having guides in the classroom that don't necessarily know the core curriculum that may be on the screens in front of those kids? We have the ability in this day and age to get whatever information or knowledge right at our fingertips. It's okay that our guides aren't experts in physics or math. They are experts in their students. That AI core curriculum is done for just 2 hours a day. And after a morning of machine learning, students work on life skills, in-person collaboration, and real-world projects. I'm building an AI-based health coach that uses your genetics to create personalized fitness and nutrition plans. I'm making my first short film. That way I can make my own like film studio. In a report game, so when you put your phone over it, it'll pop up on your phone. And you're able to build that here? Yeah. Are you at all worried that when you go off to college, I mean, you have a lot of apps here that are helping you learn, but when you don't have those apps, that you're going to be able to translate the knowledge that you have here? There's no content you can put in front of us that we can't go figure out without a teacher, which is what college is all about. While schools of all levels are grappling with how AI fits into the classroom, a recent Harvard study found that students using AI tutors for an Ivy League level physics course tested better than those in traditional classes. Now Harvard is expanding that pilot program to test machine learning on a bigger scale, and that's welcome news for Alpha founder Mackenzie Price. I believe that in 10 years, every student will have the ability to learn everything they need to know via an iPad. We believe children are limitless, and it's the guide's job and our job as schools to help unlock that potential. That's for the end of this school day. You're going to be quizzed by all your lovely peers. It culminated in this alpha exercise. I have done extensive research about social media addiction, where students arm themselves with AI like ChatGPT to rapid fire question one of their peers. What do you think of like banning it? Why do I spend 5 hours there? His task to defend his research with no notes. Try to prove mastery of the material better than artificial intelligence. What are like the long-term effects of social media addiction? What you're essentially doing with social media is you're gambling your attention for temporary bouts of dopamine and pleasure. Poetic that on this day, his research is the danger of social media, also powered by AI. You should be using social media for productive things, not destructive things. Yeah, like the existential questions of society. That's, yes, we don't want to just be good for our age, we want to be best in the world. That comes with asking questions that the best in the world are asking, and we're trying to find answers to them.
Wow. So what's your opinion, Mariam? Is that too much?
Yes.
I think that young lady will get a shock when she goes to university. She says, there's nothing, we don't need the teachers for anything. We can get everything from AI. She'll get a shock because that's not really true. The universities are still pretty traditional, you know. They don't use AI that much. And in fact, they're not too sure. They keep changing their policies on AI. Oh, look, this thing is not going to work today. It's just so teachers and technology is the way forward, not one or the other. But anyhow, look, I'm going to finish up early today because I am not 100%. I need to see a real doctor, not GPT, Mariam. You think I should go to GPT and ask questions, medical questions?
You
You think
can
that's a good idea?
confirm your real doctor, what he will tell you.
You know what? You're right, because I actually did this. I had to go to a clinic once and they give you this report, X-ray, you know, and it's very complex, the words they use, medical language, medical. So I put it into GPT, I scanned it, uploaded, I said, listen, in simple English, explain this to me. It actually did. I said, I don't want your opinion, I just want an explanation. What does it mean? And then it made perfect sense to me. So it is useful. It's the same with your assignments. It's useful, but carefully. Now, let me just do one thing before we close the shop. Somebody asked me for this again, for all these notes, yeah? You want me to upload them again, just in case you don't have them, yeah? This is everything. This is the questions, the guide, the answers, the PowerPoints, everything. Someone here asked me for it. I'm going to put them up here anyway. And I think she's not in the group. Now can I find her? Oh, this lady. Let's just send it to her. That's a nice photo, isn't it? Wow. That'll do there. So Mariam, what's your plan? What's your plan of action? What's your strategic plan? I asked a kid once, what's your plan? He said nothing. I said, that's excellent. Then you guaranteed you will achieve it if you have no objective. So look, I'm going to get out of here before I don't know. Not good today. But the next day we'll be, anyway, you finished, there's 3 tasks. We finished the 3 tasks. They're done. You have sample answers, you have guidelines, you have PowerPoints. Now, the next day, I'll bring it up to today's technology. I'll show you how you can get sample answers from GPT and then how to humanize them in your own words so you don't have any trouble with the software, with the artificial intelligence detection software. And I'll actually show you how the software works, how it will detect stuff. Don't just make an answer with GPT. Why? They will catch you. And you'll say, oh, they don't check on this course. You never know. I don't know if they do or not, but it doesn't matter. If you want to go further in your studies or anyway, as Mariam said, she wants to do it herself. I'll show you the fastest way to get this done. And that's it for today, I think. Unless we have some questions out there. Questions. Where is our friend who's going to Abu Dhabi? Faisal, is it? Where is he now? He's driving from Dubai to Abu Dhabi at this time. He's probably on the way.
Yeah.
That's a lot of driving. Huh? I think it was Faisal or something. He was in Dubai. He said he's going to go to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, don't think about him, doctor. He's safe and everything is fine, doctor.
But I can't believe. Today I'm getting angry and I just went from Knowledge Village to Bur Dubai. And I was really, I said, this is crazy. How do people drive here anymore? Let's wait for the train. What's it called? Etihad train. I hope they have lots of trains, yeah.
But doctor, a lot of traffic in Sharjah, Ajman as well is much more than Dubai. Sharjah and Ajman is much more.
And quick question, just quick question. Is Ajman traffic bad because of Sharjah? Sharjah is the problem.
No, we don't know where's the problem. Nobody can solve that, doctor. We should ask someone working in traffic or police stations or something. Yeah. Maybe they're analyzing everything.
Yeah, because I know, like, I like Ajman, by the way. I think it's a very nice place. But I don't like that I have to go through Sharjah to get there because the traffic is really bad.
Yeah, but
anyway,
you must cross Sharjah also.
It's one problem that they need to deal with here, traffic. Everything else, they seem to have a solution. Traffic, I don't know. What's the solution?
2 cars.
More people working from home. What about more people working from
cars?
I think flying taxi will be it, doctor. Flying taxi after 2 years. Yes, they said after 2 years.
Flying taxi.
خالد الله يخليك بيصير عندنا ترافيك بالسما.
You know what will happen? The taxi will be flying over and underneath will be me in the traffic.
Doctor, anyway, they already said in 2028 will be in Dubai, sure.
Okay, well.
Yeah. We have to believe them. Everything is possible in Dubai, doctor.
Say mashallah, Khalid.
I know.
Say mashallah.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
تبارك الرحمن لا قوة إلا بالله ما شاء الله.
Okay, guys. I'll see you next week because I'm not 100% today. I'm about 90%. Not good enough. So let me get out of here. We're okay. We've done everything. Don't worry. We didn't miss anything. I could talk to you for another hour. I could, but there's no point. We've enough done. The next day we'll get back in, focus, and just go back over 3 tasks and technology. Technology. Because we must move forward. No time to go back now, is there, in education? Time to go forward. See you next week, yeah? See you guys.
See you, doctor.
Just take care, doctor.
Take care.
Thank you
Get
all.
well soon.